Hello and welcome to IrishRacing.com. In this week's video I'm heading to Sam Curling's yard to see how a top point-to-point operation works. So Sam, they come in here to warm up before they head out into the gallop?
Yeah, they do a warm up in here, trot in here and make sure everything's as it should be. And these are all 3-year-olds, so they do a bit of figure of eights and stuff in here. And then we'll go up to the gallop then and see how, give them a canter there.
So 3-year-olds are just after coming from the sales in the summertime, I suppose. It takes them a while to get into the swing of things probably.
Yeah, they were all broke earlier in the summer and had a nice holiday then in August, and they're back cantering away and doing plenty of jumping. So some nice horse in it this year, so hopefully. Angel's gone, the second one away from us then.
Do they get out into the field a lot?
They go out all day, and they come into those pens in the evening then.
They're grand boxes here as well, they can kind of be in and out of it, I suppose.
Yeah, they're a great job, yeah. They use them for plenty of the older horses. They have plenty of shelter there, and they're out, they're plenty of fresh air, so it seems a good job.
So this is the sand gallop, the sand circle?
Yeah, this is the circle gallop. It's about 2.5 furlongs round. They do all their slow work here, and this joins onto a straight. We have a straight of 5 furlongs then as well that joins onto it. And there's a 7 furlong straight gallop at the far side of the ditch as well, so it works well. We have the straight to do the faster work and these gallops to do the steadier work, so it works well. And
it's good to get these young horses going, I suppose, on the circle?
On the circle, yeah, teach them to breed and get them plenty of mileage into them. And it's good job.
You look, watching these 3-year-olds coming around here now, they're kind of just getting started in their careers, I suppose. What are you kind of looking for when you're watching them?
You're just trying to get them relaxed and that they're doing everything right, and behaving themselves more than anything. This stage, it's all about just nice and relaxed and doing everything nicely, They have bungees on them there, just carrying themselves properly, and they're just learning how to breed properly and do it all nicely,
2 rounds kind of each way and
yeah,
they do up the straight then, is it?
Yeah, they do 2 rounds of here now, just getting them into a nice rhythm, cantering away, and they'll canter on down the straight for 5 furlongs. And they'll walk down the road then, and they'll come back up and do 2 rounds more. So they're kind of doing 3-mile canters, 1.5 miles both ways. And we'll keep doing that for another month or 6 weeks, and then they'll step up and start going a bit quicker, and we'll from Christmas on, and then we'll see, hopefully, to run in kind of February, March time.
And you were saying they do plenty of schooling as well. You have your own schooling strip?
Yeah, we have schooling strip and plenty of schooling on grass. So Philip Enright and Pa King and that come in there on a Wednesday, and everything schools on a Wednesday. Plenty of young lads there riding as well. So they do lots of jumping, lots of loose schooling as well.
So they're after doing their work up the straight now, and I suppose they're kind of getting to the harder part of their work now is when their wind is really being tested and stuff like that.
Yeah, but as you can see there, they're all in a good old rhythm, cantering away. And they just do a couple of laps here, pulling up, and they do that 2 or 3 days a week, and it's good for their teach them to relax and get them doing the whole job properly.
Yeah, and I suppose when they're coming past you here, then have to come up the straight. You kind of see if how they're really going.
Exactly. Yeah, once they've done as you said, that's near the end of their work, and it's all about building them up slowly, and to take nice and steady steps all the time. And you hope that they keep coming forward, and a few will and a few won't. So hopefully now they seem a nice bunch, so hopefully.
Sam, you were saying this fella might be a good one.
Yeah, nice horse by Okavango, a 4-year-old. He only came back in late. He had 1 run last year, but he was a bit backward. Finished 3rd, I think, in Lockhamore. And we gave him a good break. He's after growing and doing real well, so he'd be one now we'd be excited about for. Probably mightn't run him till maybe after Christmas. I'll see how he's coming along, but he's a lovely horse and jumps real well, so I'd be hoping he'll do something nicely.
And what's the name?
Better Off Alone, he's called.
Better Off
Alone.
So Sam, thanks very much for having me down this morning. It's an exciting time of the year for you, I suppose.
Yeah, no problem at all. Thanks for coming. It's a great time of year. All the horses are in. plenty of nice horses for the autumn, and the 3-year-olds are all starting to do plenty. So no, it's a great time of year.
And just a bit about yourself, I suppose, your background. What kind of drew you into racing in the first day?
Well, this is our home place. My father was always into hunting and racing and kept racehorses around the place. So from a young age, I was mad into it and did a lot of hunting, and progressed into riding a bit on the track, Point of Biting first and on the track, and then came back home about 10 years ago and built up the place slowly, you know.
And you were working in Ballydoyle for a time as well. You learned a lot from Aidan, I suppose.
Yeah, it was great. I was lucky. I worked in Willie Mullins's when I was riding, and Nicky Henderson's, and then when I came back, when I gave up the riding, I came back and I gave a couple of years at Ballydoyle. That was a great experience too, yeah.
And do you think there's anything that you kind of implemented here that you kind of took from there in particular, or just kind of?
There was plenty of things you probably took, but be hard to pinpoint any. They keep it all very simple, all those people, and I'd say that's probably the biggest thing. The simpler you keep it, the better it seems to work.
And it was always your plan to come back and train on your own?
Well, it kind of progressed a bit, you know, but I prefer the buying and selling the horses and bringing on young horses. That's what we really enjoy, you know, so that's more what we based on.
And your yard is kind of growing rapidly. You were just on the gallops a while ago, and you know it's a really impressive setup.
Yeah, it's a lovely yard. As I said, it's the home place, and my father had plenty of it here when I came back, but we've built it up every year. We seem to be building something every year. So no, we've about 80 stables there now, so that seems to be enough. And it's great facilities. The gallops are great, and plenty of turnout and that, as you see, for the horses. And no, it works well.
Like you said, it's commercial operation. You're buying and selling the whole time. But to get that Cheltenham winner last year must have meant an awful lot.
Yeah, that was massive. Yeah, it was great for Alfie, that Sweetenham, the breeder, and owns her. It was great that, you know, he had the fate to leave her here. She was quite an unlucky filly when she was younger. She was beaten in a good few bumpers, and I probably didn't do the best of jobs. I probably overran her in bumpers and that, but she really came good over fences last year. And like you said, to have a Cheltenham winner was massive, with Pa King riding it, and it was brilliant. It was stuff of dreams, you know.
And how is she? She's back in training this year? Yeah,
she's back there. She came back there. She looks brilliant. She done real well down in Alfie's for the summer. She looks great. So she likes heavy ground. So she won't be out there for another couple of weeks. But she'll probably head for the Tayes days. Will be her first kind of main aim, and we'll see how we go after that. I won't overrun her this year. She'll be covered at the end of the year. So, but I think for Mark, she could still be competitive in one of them big staying chases.
And like you mentioned, Pa King rode her, and Pa and Derek and a few other young lads are a big help to you in the area.
Massive, yeah. Pa comes in a few days a week, and Philip Enright the same, and he'd ride all our track horses, and Philip and our Pa, and Derek, they'd ride the Point of Pointers. Well, you know, it works great. We seem to, and we've good young lads coming on. So no, we have a great team of riders. It's great.
And obviously exciting time. We're kind of mid-October here. 25 winners, I think, in the Point of Points last year, maybe more. But do you set yourself targets this time of the year?
Not really, no, we wouldn't. We've been lucky enough the last few years. The horses have ran well all year, and same this year. We have a nice bunch of horses for Point of Pointing again this year. There's a few nice older horses as well, and plenty of 3-year-olds. So no, we'd be hoping we have another good year. Once they stay healthy, and that we'd be grand, you know.
You've had a lot of very good horses go through the area. I suppose Marine National most recently is probably the most impressive. How early kind of in his career did you know he was a special one?
He was a lovely horse. I got him as a foal. I actually had a sister. She won 2 bumpers and was placed in a listed bumper and got injured. And I got him then, and we did a bit with him as a 2-year-old. And he was always very nice. He did everything real easy. He's an exceptional jumper. I can't wait to see him over fences. And he was always very, very smart. You know, his work could be good enough to be a fairly high class flat horse. You know, so and I don't think he has any problem staying. So he's just a once in a lifetime sort of horse. You know.
So you obviously schooled him here, and he's going to be electric over a fence, I presume.
Yeah, he's brilliant. He went around Boulta a few times over fences, and he's I'd say he'll jump fences equally as well, if not better, than hurdles. You know, he's a very, very good jumper.
And you obviously have a relationship with Barry. I suppose you sold him the Tuttle Tank a while ago, which was another good horse. Is there some kind of pressure selling him unraced like that?
Yeah, well, it would be. Yeah, we'd sell him a couple of horses that way, and it's through Jerry Hogan. He's Barry's bloodstock agent, and Jerry, I get on well with Jerry, and he'd know the horses from when they're young, and he'd come and see them a few times during the year, and if something's going well, I'd let Jerry know, and we'd either bring it and work it with Barry and see then, but it's worked well, he's got a couple of nice horses that way. So.
Apart from Marine National, I suppose, looking forward to this season, is there any horses in particular you're really looking forward to getting out in the point-to-point field? But
there's plenty of nice young horses. It's hard to pinpoint too many of them yet now, but there's a couple of nice 4-year-olds. Walter Connors is a lovely filly called Half Past Tipsy. She had one run last year, but she's improved a lot over the summer. And Timmy Hyde has a lovely horse by Malinus called Coffee. I think he's called Coffee at 11. He's a very nice horse too, and there's plenty of nice horses now for the autumn, but we're kind of a couple of weeks behind getting going, so in the next few weeks they'll all start to come out, so we have a few nice horses, yeah.
And so you buy mostly at the trio sales, maybe as foals as well. When you're going to those sales, what is it you're kind of looking for in an individual? Any sires, or just the way they move, or what is it you look for?
Yeah, we'd buy the majority of the horses are all bought as 3-year-olds at the sales over here and in England, and so you go through the catalogue. There'll be certain sires that we don't like or you haven't got on with, and after that then you're looking for a good moving horse with plenty of size. You need a horse with plenty of size, I think, and a good moving horse with a good attitude, and then if its pedigree ties in, it's great, but a nice horse is the most important.
Any sires maybe outside the obvious ones like Walk in the Park that you might think might be a bit underrated by?
As I said, Malinus, we had a couple of nice horses last year from him, and there's a few lovely 3-year-olds by Order of St. George. They seem to have lovely temperaments, and they jump real well, and they seem very nice. So there's been a few nice French horses, but the Order of St. George seem very nice.
And the point-to-point game is kind of evolving the whole time. It's a lot more commercial than it was maybe 20 years ago. It's probably pressure to stay on top the whole time. Yeah,
sure. There is a good bit of pressure in the job. You only have a couple of days to showcase the horses, and it's it's big money stuff. So, but we're the whole time trying to find the next Marine National, and that's what you're aiming for, and you'd be hoping that once you keep doing it right, you'll find one.
So it's obviously a big family operation here as well. Your wife Zoe is fairly involved in the art.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a family-run business. Zoe does all the office work, and without her now, the whole thing wouldn't stay going. I wouldn't be any good at that sort of thing. And Dawn and her do all the office, and the lads in the yard are brilliant too. Liam Kelly's head man. He's been with me since I started, near enough, and I couldn't say enough good things about them all. They're brilliant. They run the thing brilliantly.
That kind of allows you to focus on other stuff. I know you're quite involved. You ride out a bit as well, seeing how the horses are going, and I suppose their help kind of keeps the whole thing running.
Exactly, yeah. It runs brilliantly. I know everyone says it, but I don't really need to be here. They know exactly what the horses are doing and what needs to be done, and that, as you say, it frees me up to be at sales if I need to go, or as you say, ride out and to keep the whole thing going real well.
We'll run through a few 4-year-olds first. Now, what do you think, 4-year-old Mount Nelson?
Yeah, he's a lovely horse. He had 2 runs in the spring. He was second in Tuam in what looked a good maiden, and probably ran him back a bit quick. He ran for a second time, but he did very well over the summer, and he'll probably run in the next couple of weeks, and seems to be going well.
Geno Lapine, 4-year-old Dr. Dino.
Yeah, lovely horse that I own with Johnny Collins. He bought him in France. He's a very, very big horse. He's going to take a bit of time, but he does go very well.
Always an option, 4-year-old Diamond Boy filly.
Yeah, she's a lovely filly. Another big filly, fine filly. She was very backward last year, but did a couple of nice bits of work, and she seems to be coming to hand nicely there. So she'll start off probably in November or December time, but nice filly.
Laffeline, she's been a great mare for you, champion mare 2 years in a row.
Yeah, Laffeline, she's a brilliant mare. John O'Leary, who sponsors the yard, his company SE Systems owns her, and she's a brilliant mare. She's I'm not sure how many she's won now, but she's won 8 or 9 points at least. She's all very consistent. Karina Bowe works here, gets on great with her. Very, she's a funny sort of mare. She takes plenty of knowing, and Karina gets on great with her. So hopefully she'll start back there. I think there's a mare's open in Lisrona, and she'll start there, and similar to last year. Hopefully she can stay going well.
And Jeremy's Pass is a new one you've acquired for the open lightweight scene?
Yeah, he's a lovely horse. He came out with Paul Nichols's. He's working very well at the minute. He'll start in a few weeks. I'd say he'd like a bit of softer ground. So he'll start in Point to Point, so we'll see. He could go back to the track. He has that option as well, but he's a nice horse for opens, I'd say.
And it's obviously not just commercial to you, so you like the kind of sport of having the horses in the opens and the champion mare like Laffeline?
Yeah, we love having those horses around the place. We've always had plenty of good open horses. We had Alone Among Millions, and Summer Lucky's still there. He's won plenty, and Longhouse Music, obviously, she was my real good open mare. So yeah, we have plenty of nice horses that way. We've plenty of all ages of horses. Like we have a lovely horse, another horse back off the track, Cool Cullen. He's plenty of place for him on the track, and he's going back Point to Point, and he's going very well. So there's plenty of horses that way.
Got a fun involved in it as well, so.
Exactly, yeah. It's great. We have plenty of owners that enjoy those sort of horses too, which is great.
Great, Sam. Thanks very much, and best of luck for the season.
No problem. Thank you.